Structure forms before indicators move. Price concentrates. Time accumulates. Participation expands or contracts. Only after this process unfolds does an indicator begin to react. A moving average does not detect a new condition as it forms. It smooths what has already occurred. An RSI reading does not anticipate exhaustion. It measures the persistence of movement that has already happened. Bollinger Bands do not predict expansion. They widen because volatility has already shifted. Indicators do not lead structure. They trail concentration. This is not a criticism. It is a placement. Indicators are not forward-looking tools. They are descriptive instruments. If structure begins to reorganize, the indicator will respond. But it responds to what has unfolded, not to what is about to unfold. When a moving average turns upward, price has already moved. When RSI enters an extreme zone, movement has already persisted. When Bollinger Bands expand, volatility has already changed. The indicator does not create the condition, it reflects it. And reflection is not initiation. If indicators are descriptive, why do they so often appear predictive? Because time creates alignment. When price trends, persistence builds. When persistence builds, moving averages separate. RSI sustains elevated readings. Bands expand and price rides the outer edge. In those moments, indicator and structure seem unified. The alignment creates confidence. But the confidence comes from duration, not from the indicator itself. The trend existed before the indicator signaled it. The persistence existed before RSI confirmed it. The expansion began before the bands widened. The indicator appears accurate because time has already committed. In strong conditions, lag is not visible. When movement is persistent, the delay becomes irrelevant. But when structure begins to weaken, lag becomes visible again. The indicator does not fail. It simply continues describing what was. This is where misunderstanding begins. A crossover is mistaken for change. An extreme reading is mistaken for exhaustion. A band touch is mistaken for rejection. But none of these events reorganize structure. They describe interaction. Structure does not change because a line crosses another line. Structure changes when time reorganizes concentration. And time does not reorganize instantly. An indicator lives inside structure. It does not sit above it. It does not govern it. It reacts to the distribution of price and time. If structure compresses, volatility narrows. Bands contract. If structure expands, volatility widens. Bands expand. If persistence strengthens, averages slope. RSI sustains. These are descriptions. The danger is subtle. When an indicator aligns with movement, it feels authoritative. But authority belongs to structure, not to the line that measures it. If an indicator could anticipate structural change, structure would not exist as an independent process. It would simply be the output of the indicator. But structure forms through participation, through acceptance and rejection over time, through concentration and redistribution. Indicators record this. They do not command it. A moving average does not define a trend. It smooths the path price has already taken. RSI does not generate exhaustion. It quantifies the speed and persistence of prior movement. Bollinger Bands do not create volatility. They adjust to volatility that has already manifested. When price reverses sharply, the indicator lags. When structure reorganizes quietly, the indicator may not immediately reflect it. This delay is not a flaw. It is the nature of measurement. Measurement requires history. Structure requires time. Indicators depend on completed data. Structure evolves in the present. This is why indicators can appear late. Not because they are incorrect, but because they are descriptive. And description is not anticipation. Inside structure, indicators function as visual summaries. They compress history into a line, an oscillator, a band. But compression does not equal foresight. When volatility expands, the band widens after expansion has begun. When momentum accelerates, RSI rises after acceleration is underway. When trend strengthens, averages slope after strength has persisted. Indicators operate inside the boundaries that structure defines. They are shaped by structure. They do not shape it. If structure begins to weaken while the indicator still appears strong, structure will resolve first. The indicator will follow. And when that shift becomes visible on the indicator, the reorganization will already be in progress. So the question is not what the indicator is signaling. The question is, what structure has already been doing long enough for the indicator to respond? Indicators are not early warnings. They are delayed confirmations of persistence. They are not predictive devices. They are visual archives of participation. Inside structure, they serve a role, but they remain inside it, and structure does not wait for them. It evolves with time. The indicator will describe it after it has unfolded.